Ram knows everyone celebrates the holidays differently. That's why we make trucks for all of them, like those with holiday spirit and those with not so much. For people who love the cold and people who don't. We make trucks for good Samaritans, good neighbors, and even people covered in tree sap. Whatever life you live this holiday, Ram has a truck for you.
Shot, one opportunity. Did you capture it?
Good evening, and welcome to the Macomb Center for the Performing Arts for the 2023 State of Macomb County Address. At this time, please welcome your County Executive, Mr. Mark Hackel.
Thank you so much. I don't know about you, but I love that inspirational music we have at the beginning of this each and every time. It gets me pumped up, and those of you that don't get to see what goes on behind the scenes backstage, I am jumping around, and I think I'm probably sweating by now. So I absolutely love that music. I don't know, the judges probably like theirs more. They do this, I guess, every year for the judges coming in. I don't know if you caught that Breaking the Law theme song, but the judges do appreciate it. I remember last year when we had that song, for the entire year this year, they used that every time they entered into the courtroom. So I have a feeling Breaking the Law will be part of their theme song, obviously, in 2024. So, but again, good evening and welcome to the 2023 State of Macomb County Address. It's great to have you all here. Thank you. Thank you. It gives us a chance to showcase and celebrate our progress. This event has always been special to me because it provides us an opportunity to reflect on some of the many things that we have accomplished and examine kind of where we are headed. But before we get started, I do want to take a moment to recognize a few individuals who are here, as well as organizations that have helped make this event possible. First, I want to thank Macomb Community College for hosting us again. President Jim Sawyer and the College Board graciously provide us with the opportunity to host this event at the Macomb Performing Arts Center, and his staff and his team here are absolutely incredible to work with. And by the way, it goes to, I have to mention this, I haven't been a proud graduate here. They have been recognized as the community college with the largest enrollment in the state of Michigan. So, congratulations, Jim. Probably many of you have had some connection with Macomb Community College. I have. It's number one in my book. I say that because I'm a proud graduate, got my associate degree here. But interesting enough, 40 years ago, this week, I walked across this stage when I graduated from the Macomb Regional Police Academy. Yes, 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 yes. And I don't know if you saw the performance last week. Those tattoos were not real, but the mustache is, okay? So I looked at that mustache back then, and I actually thought I was cool, and then I started realizing when we got our computer crimes unit, those are the guys we were going after. Never mind. Never mind. I'd like to recognize our sponsors this evening, as well as the restaurants who are here for the Taste of Macomb. And again, usually the only reason my brother shows up to this event is the featured Taste of Macomb. But I want to give a special thank you to our presenting sponsor, Stellantis. Stellantis has been an exceptional corporate partner here in Macomb County, and we see the impact each day through the production of their world-class Ram and Jeep products. But it's their community-focused commitment that is leaving a larger impact on Macomb County. From developing one of the world's largest renewable energy programs that is powering the Sterling Heights Assembly Plant and Warren Truck, to helping us rebuild Mound Road into a world-class infrastructure asset. With us from Stellantis this evening is Valerie Knoll. Valerie, are you here? I know I've heard you here somewhere. There she is. Valerie, thank you. Thank you for your continued partnership and your sponsorship this evening. So I think every one of those clips that was in that video, they were actually filmed in Macomb County. That was so pretty. So I know they filmed that in Macomb County. Just say yes. Kind of go with it. So I want to recognize Connect Macomb, the Macomb County Chamber, the Anchor Bay Chamber, as well as our Chamber Alliance for their support. Specifically, Stacy, Kelly, Lisa, thank you for helping make this event possible and for all that you do for businesses in Macomb County. A few of our state and regional partners are here this evening. Help me welcome the Attorney General of the state of Michigan, Dana Nessel. Also, many of our state senators and representatives are here with us tonight. If you happen to be here, please stand and be recognized. Hey, any of these organizations looking for money, or obviously our municipal leaders that are looking for some money, they're going to be backstage afterwards, so hit them up, all right? Captive audience. So, but I also want to recognize my regional partners who are here. Wayne County Executive Warren Evans. Warren. Oakland County Executive David Coulter. And from St. Clair County, Board Chair Jeff Bohm. Oh, great. Great, I got Jeff center stage. This is not going to go well. So, but I do have to mention my law enforcement background because I do love sheriffs. I do. And there is Sheriff Matt King from St. Clair County as well. I see him hiding over here. We're fortunate to have all of our countywide elected officials here with us this evening. We have Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller, Clerk Anthony Forlini, Treasurer Larry Rocca, Prosecutor Peter Lucido, and our Sheriff Anthony Wickersham. Folks, if you're here, go ahead and stand, please. Thank you. And also with us are members of the Macomb County Board of Commissioners, led by their chair, Don Brown. If you're here, please stand. Don? Thank you, guys. And many of the judges you saw marching on in here from the Circuit, District, Probate, and even Supreme Court. Dave, I will never leave you out. Led by their Chief Judge, and by the way, newly reappointed Chief Judge, James Biernet. It's an honor to have you guys here, women. I really appreciate that. And Jim, sincerely, congratulations on your reappointment. I'd also like to introduce to you the new Commanding General of Selfridge, Brigadier General Matthew Brancato. 43 years of working for the county, and I've had some interactions with the base for quite some time, and base commanders, and interesting enough, he is without question the tallest base commander, I think, on record. So when I first met him, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna go well. So, and I also want to take a moment to thank my father, as well as my wife, Tracy, for being here as well this evening. Now, before we get started, I do have one more person I want to recognize. And I find this person very, very special because this special guest lives in Macomb County, Clinton Township, and just happens to be the 4-time and current Miss Olympia. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw. I don't know about you, but that is amazing to me. And Dave, Warren, she lives in Macomb County, in case I didn't say that, okay? Miss Olympia lives in Macomb County. I'm amazed by that. All right, now that we got that all out of the way, I do want to say, let's, even to our local municipal leaders, thank you for all of your work and everything you've done. This wouldn't be possible. Everything we talk about with the county, the support that we give, is all about the 27 unique and distinct municipalities that make up Macomb County. And so I thank you. Now, let's begin this evening by highlighting our community dashboard. There are 6 core metrics that I use, community metrics, just to kind of help us track our progress and better respond to emerging community trends. Our first community metric is population and diversity. Like the state of Michigan and our region, we are beginning to see a population plateau. After years of historic population growth in Macomb, the number of new residents is being born here and migrating to Macomb County has slowed compared to previous years. Our population remains stable with 880,000 residents, and the composition is more culturally diverse. Census figures show that nearly 25% of Macomb County residents identify as minorities, and our foreign-born population is close to 100,000 residents. Race, ethnicity, culture, and foreign-born is trending in new directions. People from around the region and globe are choosing to make Macomb their home. These new residents are having a positive impact on our community, helping strengthen our neighborhoods and revitalizing small businesses. Recent news reports are telling us that millennials, those who were born between 1981 and 1996, are targeting Macomb County as a preferred destination to live and work. We are now home to more than 174,000 millennials, and they're looking to our community to advance their careers, find a home, and start families. Our second metric is housing. The housing market in Macomb County continues to grow. The median value of a home in Macomb is now more than $240,000, which is outpacing state average. We continue to see an assorted mix of housing units under construction in Macomb County, with more than 2,400 structures being added over the past 2 years. And with increases in housing, we are seeing continued gains in our third metric, jobs. Our workforce continues to fuel impressive economic growth. We have more than 460,000 skilled and talented workers living in Macomb County. And our unemployment rate is 3.9%, which is lower than the state average. This workforce resurgence is being driven by our fourth metric, educational attainment. We continue to see steady gains in educational attainment. Today, more than 60% of county residents have received some form of post-secondary education, professional certification, or degree. 1 in 10 county residents over the age of 25 now possesses a graduate or professional degree. From K-12 to post-secondary education, Macomb's educational partners continue to help people succeed in the classroom and with their careers. With a more educated workforce, we are seeing gains in our fifth metric, income. The average earnings per job in Macomb has increased to more than 15% over the past 5 years, jumping to more than $76,000. Across all industry segments, we are seeing wages increase at the per capita and household levels. These salary and benefit increases are leading to increased buying power and economic stability. And finally, our sixth metric, fiscal stability. These positive societal and economic trends have undoubtedly aided the county in its fortifying of its enviable financial position. Macomb County is a model for responsible financial management. 13 consecutive years of structurally balanced budgets. We are now investing more than $1 billion annually in services, programs, and facilities that help strengthen and serve our residents. With the leadership of our finance department, the expertise of department heads, the cooperation of many of our countywide elected officials, and the support of the Board of Commissioners, we will ensure that fiscal stability and service delivery remain top priorities. And when it comes to serving, every organization knows its success is dependent upon the dedication and commitment of their employees. Here in Macomb County, we are fortunate to have employees who are not only dedicated and committed, but are passionate about what they do. And I want to take this moment to thank them for what they do each and every day for the residents of Macomb County. So what are all these metrics telling us? Well, our population continues to trend upward. Educational attainment is increasing. Employment is steady. Family income is rising. The housing market is favorable, and county government is financially sound. These and many other reasons are why people continue to make Macomb their home. As some of you may know, shifting gears here, we have this thing that's called a Macomb Policy Conference. And we kind of use this creative marketing tool as a county to help us raise the profile of Macomb County. Warren, Dave, and Jeff are fully aware of my marketing strategy. But what we do is we recognize we have that captive audience on the kind of on the way up I-75 to the island. And so we put up these billboards. And we do this each year. They contain a message that kind of echoes kind of our thoughts throughout the conference and beyond. These billboards have been extremely effective in promoting conversations on the island and drawing attention to Macomb County. This year's message was a mindful approach to mental health. Now, we often hear the word mindful, but what exactly does it mean? If you do a quick Google search, it tells us that when used as an adjective, meaningful means being conscious or aware of something. Although the billboard was focused on mental health, the underlying message this year was that government works best when it is aware of and directly responds to what is on the minds of people. And that is exactly what we've been doing in Macomb County, and I believe that has been the foundation of our success. So it begs the question, what is on the minds of the people in Macomb County today? Well, based on what I've been hearing, 5 issues tend to rise to the top. The first is public safety, and it's hard to talk about public safety without talking about mental health. Second is neighborhood stability. The third is our economy and the difficulty finding talent. Fourth, infrastructure, with roads, underground, and environment at the top of that list. And the fifth issue is enhancing our overall quality of life. So let's take a look at each of these in greater detail and get a better understanding of the impact we are having. First, public safety. I've always said, and I know many of you here probably would agree, the primary function of government is public safety. And today, public safety across the country is increasingly tied to mental health. In Macomb County, we are committed to sustaining a safe and healthy Macomb with modern services and inventive programs. Working alongside our partners in law enforcement, the courts, community services, as well as physical and mental health professionals, we are developing transformational projects which will positively impact criminal justice, mental health, and substance use challenges for years to come. There is no better example of this than our central intake and assessment project at the county jail. For years, we've been talking about this, and I've been on the stage many a time, talking about the need to replace the aging facility because it's outlived its useful purpose, and replace it with one that has a mindful approach to mental health and substance use. Well, we made some remarkable progress in case you haven't been paying attention to the news. After years of discussions on how to design and construct a modern facility to address the needs of those who come in contact with the criminal justice system, this vision has become a reality. We did this by working alongside Sheriff Wickersham and his team, engaging the expertise of physical and mental health providers, collaborating with community service organizations, seeking insight from the courts and the prosecutor, and receiving support from the Board of Commissioners as well as our partners at the state of Michigan. For years, funding has been our main obstacle, and we finally resolved this by leveraging $130 million in federal funds, $40 million from the state of Michigan, and $60 million from the county's general fund. This $230 million facility will be paid for in cash with no additional cost to taxpayers of Macomb County. Construction and design experts have begun the work on this 175,000 square foot facility, which will include a new intake and processing unit, specialty housing and treatment centers for those with medical, substance use, and mental health needs, an on-site courtroom, and additional beds for general population. It's been a long time coming, but folks, we are getting it done. And our efforts to keep Macomb County safe go beyond this major jail project. For example, there are 137 dispatch centers in the state of Michigan. That's where I got my start in law enforcement, as in dispatch. 137 across the state. And each year, the Michigan Association of Public Safety Communications Officials honors one agency, one of those 37, as Team of the Year. Well, I, as well as Sheriff Wickersham, are proud to say that the sheriff's dispatchers at Comtech, who I consider dispatchers to be the first of the first responders, these dispatchers were honored as Team of the Year. Our emergency management department has also aided in our public safety advancements. They recently hosted a mass casualty incident training exercise with hundreds of participants from across the county. While we hope to never have to use this type of training, it is essential, and we need to remain vigilant as these terrible events are all too common in today's society. As I'm sure many of you are aware of what's happening out in Las Vegas right now, the University of UNLV. It's sad. I do want to give the thoughts and prayers to those that are out there, but this is a reality, and this is why we need to continue to fund the training and support those that help make that happen. So again, if you're not aware of that, it's a why we do what we do, and it's why public safety does what they do. We also work alongside of our educational partners to keep schools safe. Our school safety coordinators are working with Macomb Intermediate School District and local schools to develop comprehensive school violence prevention programs. We have already created school threat and vulnerability assessments, emergency operations and response plans, mental health training programs, and public awareness resources. Macomb County is a leader when it comes to school safety. We're also enhancing our public safety operations on one of the county's most celebrated asset, Lake St. Clair. 2 days ago, we held the grand opening for the Sheriff's new Marine Division headquarters. This $10 million facility replaced a 50-year-old facility that was severely outdated. The new 14,000 square foot facility features a boathouse with 5 adjustable wells, administrative offices, training and classrooms, communication and dispatch space, as well as a maintenance garage with facilities for their dive team. By the way, Bohm, you never showed up. I thought you were going to be there. Matt, you got to check this place out, man. They need one. You guys need one out there in St. Clair County. So it's only $10 million. We could ship you our old one if you need it. So knowing Jeff, he'd probably buy it, okay? So, you know what, here in Macomb County, we continue to support the funding for our dedicated public safety professionals who are working to keep you safe and committed to keeping your trust. Next, I want to talk about a mindful approach to neighborhood stability. What is neighborhood stability? Simply put, it's the many services and programs we utilize to support housing, develop vibrant communities, enhance economic empowerment, promote wellness, and help residents age in place. Together, Macomb Community Action, the Health Department, and our Office of Senior Services are working to ensure that our neighborhoods remain stable. They do this by conducting ongoing assessments to identify areas of need and uplift our residents in times of need. The need for childcare and early childhood education are two of the leading topics that families are concerned with. From rising costs to limited options, people are learning and leaning on a network of partners and options. In response to this, we have transitioned all of our Head Start classrooms to full-day programs, which will allow us to assist more than 1,000 families. We have also created the Macomb Child Care Coalition to better understand the child care needs across Macomb County. This coalition has united parents, providers, and policymakers to develop community-based recommendations that will increase quality programming and care options in the areas where they're needed most. Another high priority area and need is food security. Access to healthy and affordable food continues to be a concern for many Macomb County residents. To respond to this, we have ramped up our food distribution efforts. This year alone, we distributed 2.7 million pounds of food through a network of more than 60 pantries to households in Macomb County. And I want to take a moment and thank those pantries for helping us with that outreach to get the food where it's needed most in Macomb County. We are also expanding our efforts in health and wellness. This year, our health department launched the Community Health Improvement Program, which is examining social determinants of health, combating chronic disease, and supporting individuals with behavioral health and substance use challenges. Serving an aging population also promotes neighborhood stability. Nearly 25% of Macomb County residents are now over the age of 62. While many of these seniors are living active and engaged lives, others unfortunately become a little more vulnerable with age. To that point, our senior department receives nearly 2,500 calls for service each month. These requests include things such as household chore services, weatherization, Meals on Wheels. And by the way, we are always looking for volunteers to help support the Meals on Wheels program. And they're also looking for support with wellness programs to keep them healthy and independent. And speaking of healthy and independent, I got to tell you, we started something a couple years back called the 100 Club. We did this because we found that there's a number of county residents who have reached the 100-year mark. From hosting birthday celebrations to visiting them at their homes, we have already had the privilege of recognizing 30 residents who have reached this milestone. As our residents age, we are committed to providing them with the tools and resources and services that they require to keep them active and engaged in Macomb County. And our final component of neighborhood stability is housing. We recently formed the Macomb County Housing Partnership to help those facing housing challenges. Our vision is to provide a more safe, healthy, affordable, accessible, and attainable housing for everyone. We are committed to stabilizing the housing market by providing resources and guidance to homebuyers, envisioning new housing opportunities, and leveraging state and federal resources to help revitalize neighborhoods. And we're in active conversations with the Treasurer, Larry Rocca, and the Board of Commissioners as we attempt to establish a financial empowerment center and a land bank for the county. I do believe these two resources will aid residents that are facing financial hardships, and it'll help us revitalize properties that nobody wants. Having viable housing in safe and stable neighborhoods is a major reason why so many people choose Macomb County. Now, let's explore our mindful approach to economic and talent development. When we talk about the economy, it's usually a numbers game. Investments, interest rates, jobs, a whole lot of other data points, which at times can be more confusing than clarifying. But here in Macomb County, we like to simplify things. At least I do. A year ago, you heard me come up here and brag a little bit about our $46 billion economy. Well, today, it's forecasted to be $48 billion. In just 1 year, our economy will have grown by $2 billion. This is a testament to the more than 19,000 businesses that serve our community. Our economy remains larger than that of the states of Wyoming and Vermont. And we're in the top 3% when ranked against 3,100 counties across the United States. There are 3 reasons why we are seeing these impressive economic gains: the confidence of our private sector partners, the unique opportunities of doing business here, and our unrivaled track record in retaining, growing, and attracting economic investment. To illustrate our economic strength, let me take a moment and highlight just 4 of our targeted industries. First, advanced manufacturing. 1,700 Macomb County manufacturers employ more than 64,000 individuals. This unparalleled collection of advanced manufacturing assets has an economic impact of more than $10 billion annually. We are home to the greatest concentration of manufacturing and engineering talent than anywhere else in the country. What continues to happen in Macomb is unmatched. Over the past 10 years, there has been nearly $7 billion of investment by automotive and mobility companies in Macomb County alone. We're a global leader in developing cutting-edge robotics and automated systems to help build some of the most innovative products ever imagined. Our second target industry is defense and aerospace. In Macomb County, this industry has been a $6.5 billion annual economic impact. Each day, 41,000 civilian and military personnel help make things that protect those who protect us. Our reputation as Michigan's defense capital continues to grow, with constant increase in defense contracts awarded to Macomb County companies. This past year, more than 4,200 defense contracts were awarded to Macomb County companies, totaling more than $3 billion. And our focus on defense also includes our focus on the future of Selfridge. For years, we have forged strong partnerships with the service men and women stationed there, working with Governor Whitmer, Generals Rogers, and now Brancato, as well as a growing number of base advocates. We are committed to securing the next fighter mission. From the Curtis Jenny to the A-10, Selfridge has had a legacy of keeping our country safe. Together, we need to keep Selfridge safe because of how important it is to our nation's defense. Our next target industry is healthcare. Healthcare is a $3 billion industry in Macomb County that employs more than 42,000 individuals. The growth in this industry is being driven by world-class facilities and partnerships. This year, we celebrated with Henry Ford when they opened up their $265 million Jim and Janet Real North Tower. Located on 19 Mile Road campus, this 5-story, 160-room patient tower is the largest healthcare investment ever made in Macomb County. McLaren opened the doors on its $25 million Harrington Medical Facility. This 62,000 square foot facility is their largest medical office building to date and is providing state-of-the-art surgical, laboratory, and primary care space. Ascension, Michigan opened its $12 million outpatient care center to meet the needs of the growing populations in Macomb and St. Clair counties. These investments have set the stage for innovative partnerships and joint ventures. Last year, we learned of the merger between Beaumont and Spectrum, which has led to a growing presence of Corewell Health in our community. And recently, Henry Ford and Ascension, Michigan announced a new joint venture to advance the health of communities they serve. Both initiatives will continue to bring world-class health care closer to home for people in Macomb County. And I do believe it is a reason why people like to live where they live, is because of access to quality health care, and we have that here in Macomb County. And finally, our fourth targeted industry, agriculture. The agriculture and food processing sectors contribute more than $340 million to our economy annually. This sector employs more than 3,500 people, and Macomb is home to more than 400 working farms, which covers more than 73,000 acres. That is 20% of Macomb County's total land mass. And one of our most visible agricultural assets, the orchards, they saw over 800,000 visitors this past fall. So in Macomb County, we recognize the value of a healthy agriculture and food processing sector. Now, as I mentioned, these were only 4 of the targeted industries. But we want all 19,000 businesses here in Macomb County to know that we are your business partner.
Business matters in Macomb. From global corporations to corner stores, our county is home to more than 19,000 businesses, large and small. It's because of them Macomb is an economic powerhouse. We have a $46 billion economy driven by manufacturing, defense, healthcare, retail, and agriculture. Behind these facts and figures is a workforce made up of hundreds of thousands of dedicated employees. It's these skilled and talented individuals that make Macomb County an epicenter for innovation. They create and develop ideas, new products, and provide exceptional services. In Macomb County, we are building tomorrow, today. Our Planning and Economic Development Department, under the leadership of Vicki Rowinski, brings together our municipal counterparts, educational experts, workforce agencies, and an ever-growing network of industry partners to ensure that Macomb is a preferred destination to do business.
At Macomb County Planning and Economic Development, our job is to be knowledgeable and networked with a wide range of organizations. And through these partnerships, we connect businesses to the resources they need to succeed. I'm proud to lead a phenomenal group of individuals who are passionate about the work they do. Think of us as your concierge to services that can help you develop and retain a workforce, acquire property or equipment, and expand into new facilities and secure incentives or abatements. We take these responsibilities very seriously because we know that businesses play a key role in making Macomb a great place to call home. They line our main streets, turning old buildings into unique offices or retail spaces. They farm our rural lands, providing fresh food and goods for our region. They design and build products, helping advance everything from industry to our nation's defense. And they create jobs and opportunities for people of all ages and abilities. This is what motivates my team and what drives us every day to be your business partner. So get in touch. Our team is standing by, ready to help. Visit macombbusiness.com to learn more.
So why do we do this? Because in Macomb County, business matters.
Clearly, business matters to Macomb. Go, please. Yes, thank you. Vicki, that applause is for Vicki Rowinski. I don't know anybody who knows Vicki Rowinski, and probably everybody in this room knows her. She is recognized all around the entire state, and I dare say probably even outstate. What a phenomenal talent she is, as well as her team. And I think people realize, here in Macomb County, we do recognize that business matters. But we also recognize what matters to business right now is finding the right talent. And our continued economic vitality will be dependent upon our ability to develop, attract, and retain the people who make it happen. Earlier I mentioned that Macomb County has a skilled and talented workforce of more than 460,000 individuals. Our workforce is larger than that of the states of North Dakota, Alaska, Wyoming, Vermont, and the District of Columbia. While the hardworking people of Macomb County are impacting every sector of our economy, we are beginning to see some challenges in finding people to fill open positions. In Macomb County alone, as we sit here this evening, there are more than 48,000 jobs available. This statistic, albeit concerning, but it makes you kind of wonder, whatever. But we're confident we have the right network of partners here in Macomb County to respond to these trends. We have convened our educational leaders, workforce development agencies, and industry experts to develop community-focused strategies to combat the challenges we are seeing in developing talent. Working with our K-12 partners, we are fueling the talent pipeline. Alongside the ISD and our local school districts, we are expanding academy-based learning in districts across the county, linking talents and interests of students to emerging careers. We're investing in career and technical education programs, helping bridge the gap from the classroom to the workforce. And this year, we celebrated 10 years of Manufacturing Day in Macomb County. Over the past decade, we provided more than 16,000 students with a platform to explore what modern careers look like. Hey, when it comes to Manufacturing Day, no one outperforms Macomb County. At Macomb Community College, they're also helping us cultivate talent. They started the college, they're removing some of these financial barriers, and they started this kind of a new tuition program, the Macomb Tuition Advantage, which provides free tuition to Macomb students with family incomes of less than $70,000. And they also unveiled their newly upgraded Skilled Trades and Advanced Technology Center. This $45 million updated facility will support education in manufacturing, technology, and skilled trades to ensure that we will be able to supply talent to automotive and defense businesses. And recently, we launched one of our most creative recruitment efforts aimed at attracting engineering talent. Our planning and economic development team is utilizing social media and digital marketing campaign to showcase Macomb's career opportunities to outstate markets where an abundance of engineering talent exists. And early returns on that, our data showing us that from Purdue to UCLA to Texas A&M, new engineers are now exploring career opportunities in Macomb County. In fact, the early success of this effort is encouraging us to expand it into other program areas of professions. Together, we will continue to develop creative solutions to our talent challenges and highlight the many careers available in Macomb County. So next, I want to take a moment to discuss our mindful approach to infrastructure. From intelligent transportation corridors to advanced underground systems, we are developing some of the technologically and environmentally sound infrastructure systems deployed anywhere in the entire country. So let me start with my responsibility, roads. This year, the Department of Roads managed one of the largest transportation programs ever deployed in a single construction season. $163 million in roads, bridge, and safety improvements that touched every corner of Macomb County. Even so, demand still outpaces funding. This requires us to work with our local communities to assess needs and set priorities county-wide. We understand that everyone wants their roads and their bridges fixed or even expanded, but funding is limited. We continue to advocate for two changes to Public Act 51 to help resolve this, changing the formula to account for lane miles rather than linear miles, and allowing counties to keep their own vehicle registration fees. But we know these two significant changes would obviously enhance the funding, but would require legislative action. And even though funding does fall short of what is necessary, we have created some of the most technologically advanced roadways here in Macomb County than anywhere else in the United States. Across the county, we have more than 200 miles of connected corridors, 900 advanced traffic signals, 350 real-time cameras, and more than 450 speed and travel sensors. And all this technology is connected to our award-winning CommTech facility. The best example of this integration of technology is on Mound Road. And I know everybody knows about Mound Road. But speaking of Mound Road, by the way, I'm happy to tell you, this project that began in August of 2021 is on budget, it's on time, and it will be open before Christmas. And that's a promise from Santa Santo. Those of you who don't know who Santa Santo is, Brian Santo is the director of my Department of Roads, and I just put him on the spot, okay? Santa does not like to disappoint, Brian, so we got to make sure that's open before Christmas. So, as we continue to make progress on our roadways, we are also making impressive strides in enhancing our network of drains, pipes, and underground systems. Sinkholes, historic flooding, invasive species, and a whole host of other challenges strain the system. Working alongside Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller and our local municipal leaders, we are adapting and enhancing this vast infrastructure to mitigate these problems. Her team is proactively inspecting sewer systems and responding to deficiencies to prevent sinkholes. The Chapman Pump Station has been upgraded with new diversion and storage systems, which reduces sewer overflows. Increased attention has been given to surface drain management efforts to remove obstructions and mitigate flooding. And we are also upgrading our digital infrastructure to meet the ever-growing needs of our communities. From our comprehensive broadband strategy to our leadership in cybersecurity, we are investing in the modern systems that are strengthening our digital network. And as part of this modernization, we decided to redesign our county's website, macombgov.org, to keep you better informed and better connected. So, from the roads that we drive on, to the pipes we depend on, and the digital systems that connect us, Macomb County is leading the way in infrastructure modernization. Our final topic this evening, one of my favorites, is quality of life. We are fortunate to have an outstanding quality of life here in Macomb County. Every trail, river, park, and playground provides us with endless possibilities to recreate or relax. We have over 13,000 acres of parks where you can connect with nature. You can run or ride on 150 miles of trails. Enjoy the beauty of Lake St. Clair and its coastal areas. Paddle or float down the Clinton River for a couple hours. Exercise or engage in competition in one of the local state-of-the-art recreation centers. Each experience leads to a lifetime full of health and well-being. So I invite you to come explore what we have to offer. Because in Macomb County, there is something for everyone. Heck, we even have special events and parks for our pets. From dog parks to pet parades, here in Macomb County, care for animals is a priority. So with that in mind, and as we come to a close, I want to highlight one more project that we are embarking on. Bear with me. Pun intended. With the leadership of our Animal Control Division, financial support from the Board of Commissioners, and the insights of our animal advocates, we have begun the process of imagining what a new animal shelter would and should look like. We are committed to building a modern facility which will replace the outdated one. This will help us meet the needs of our communities and, more importantly, help us better care for our animals. Why? Because in Macomb County, we have a passion for pets.
In Macomb County, the love we have for animals is endless. We are committed to every pet and rescue receiving the attention, care, and protection they deserve. Taking these animals and keeping them safe is not only our responsibility, it is our passion. We do everything we can to get them from shelter in Macomb to a place they will call home. A pet's life is simple, and it should be. All they want is to be fed and to be loved. Keeping them happy and healthy not only benefits their well-being, but it also benefits ours. When we come home, they're the first ones to greet us, and at night, they're the last ones to make sure we are safe. They're not just our companions, they're our advocates, our therapists, teammates, their family. And in a world that moves so quickly, these animals can teach us the art of pause. A pause to appreciate the warmth of a close embrace, the rhythm of a constant purr, or the excitement of a playful bark. And it's comforting to know that there's a dedicated team at Macomb County Animal Control providing the seamless transition for these animals to get prepared and nurtured for their happier time in a loving home. After all, home is not just a place, it's a feeling. And to that faithful friend, the feeling is pure and unconditional. Learn more about how you can make a difference. Visit macombgov.org.
And how you can help is by supporting the vision we have in upgrading our shelter facility, or come and see us and adopt a pet. Our goal is to get them from our shelter and into a caring home. Just like my co-star in the video, Ladybug, I am so excited to tell you just a couple of days ago, she was adopted into a loving home. Ladies and gentlemen, to sum up the state of Macomb County, let me just say, there ain't no place I'd rather be than Macomb County. I want to thank you all for being with us tonight, and I want to wish you, each of you, a happy and safe holiday season. Thank you all for joining.